welcome to the Lalantia show. Today I'm coming on to talk about the earth elementals, the gnomes specifically, and how they're here to help us as we create the new earth. So if you don't know me already, my name is Lalantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and energy healer, and I specialize in working with the magical realms. I work with dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, and all of the different magical beings. I work with many, many other beings as well. And it's all about connecting to the magic of who you really truly are so that you can live your life on purpose and making the impact and changes and, creating the new earth. So yes, that is a part, like it's all about, our shedding the things that aren't who we really truly are. So yes, that's the healing process as well. And with the magical beings, with the different beings that I work with, all of them, the magical ones and the other ones, they are all about helping you connect to the magic of your true self. So today I want to talk about gnomes because people in general don't know much about the gnomes. So we talk about fairies, we talk about dragons, we talk about all kinds of different beings, but sometimes the gnomes get neglected. First thing I want to mention about gnomes is that there are different categories of people. There are some people who have a fear of gnomes, and there are those who absolutely love gnomes. Gnomes are their favorite thing ever, favorite beings ever. Even if they don't know if they're real, there are some people who are so obsessed with gnomes that they collect gnomes, they draw gnomes, they are very connected to gnomes even if they don't consciously believe that they are real. I know a few people who are gnome people. That means that they are very, very deeply connected with gnomes. Now, one of those people is she's a spiritual person, but she's not deeply enmeshed in spirituality. And so I feel like she knows that gnomes are real, but it's not something that she really goes into. Another person that I know, I think that she didn't really know if she believed that they were really real, but she was deeply connected to them. And when I talked to her about them, she realized, wow, duh, of course they're real. And so you can be very obsessed or interested in gnomes and not really know for sure if they're real or maybe not know if you believe and if they are real. So gnomes are real. They're earth elementals, and their job is to care for the earth along with the other elementals. They're all about the earth. Caring for her, protecting her, all of that. So because the gnomes are so deeply connected with the earth as earth elementals, obviously, their mission is anything to do with her well-being, right? So when we work with gnomes, it's about that deeper connection with the earth and the well-being of the earth and doing the things that help her. So I wanted to talk about working with the gnomes as we create the new earth because it is such an important topic, right? We're creating the new earth. Of course, the gnomes are going to help us in creating the new earth. Now, gnomes are also amazing for manifesting. They have such a strong belief and knowing that and in general, elementals and fairies are like this. They know what they are creating. They know what they want to create in the world. So they can manifest everything really quickly. They're also at a higher vibration than we are, so they have a deeper belief, I guess, in it, so they can create it more quickly. But they want to create the new earth, or they want to be a part of the creation of the new earth because it means it's for the betterment of the earth herself, right? So how can the gnomes actually help us in creating the new earth? Well, one, they can help us to believe. They can help us to believe in the new earth. They can help us to create her through belief. They can help us to see what it would be like when we create the new earth. They also can help us in working with the crystals in and on the earth to create the new earth, and working with crystals in many, many various ways for our own healing, for manifesting, for all of the different ways that we can use crystals, for connecting more deeply to who we really truly are, for connecting more deeply with spirit, all of it. They can help us with that connection to the crystals so that we can create the new earth that we are creating here now, and to release the lack energy as well, they're saying. So gnomes are kind of known to be a little bit more on the cranky side. Generally when we Like their most common trait that we think of is that they're cranky or they're just not super friendly. And the thing is they're all individuals, so they're different personalities, but generally, for the most part, they're very like matter of fact, to the point. They don't really play around. They're not about talking fancy or making you feel better about yourself. They'll just say what they mean. And we as humans take that as rude, but it isn't really, right? But the personality can be a little bit more on the gruff side. Not always, but oftentimes. This doesn't mean that they're bad or scary or negative in any way. Now, some people can be a little bit freaked out by gnomes because they are very small in size. We generally see them as quite small. They are different looking than us. They don't necessarily look like the gnome statues that we see out and about, though they're not terrible different from it either. But I would take away the fluffiness, make them a little bit more, how do I put it? A little bit more earthy. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that makes sense to me. They're a bit more earthy, a bit more maybe not so proportioned the way that they're generally represented. I didn't take notes for this video. Once again, I'm just kind of jumping in because I stepped forward. So there's a male and a female that are stepping forward. The female has a little bit more of a vibrant personality. Not vibrant might not be quite the right word, but she's definitely on the more friendly side. She's reminding us of our connection to Earth and the importance of our connection to the Earth, reminding us that we incarnated on Earth. Now, we tend to want to leave the Earth because it doesn't feel safe. We feel very, we carry a lot of drama. Drama is not what I meant to say, but I guess drama. There's a lot of drama here. But we carry a lot of trauma from our lifetimes on Earth. There has been a lot of trauma in our lifetimes on Earth. And she's talking about that importance of healing our trauma, connecting more with our heart space so that we can create the new Earth. And she's reminding us that we incarnated here on Earth for a reason. We need to be grounded, know that we're safe, we're secure, and be more in our power in regards to who we are and stepping into this bigger energy, this powerful, beautiful, incredible energy of the new Earth. So that's kind of what her message is. Now, he is talking about our lack energy and the importance of working through our lack, because we don't have a lot of belief. We're so conditioned to believe that things are hard, or we have to work hard, or that we have to do all of these things in order to create what we want to create, or to manifest what we want to manifest, that we have to do all these things. And he's just like about simplifying it, just like, obviously we have to release these things, but he's talking about, you know, not being so much in lack and not so much in a place of fear, but creating from a place of power and knowing that we're infinite divine beings and we're having a human experience, but we are so incredibly powerful. And they can get really frustrated with us. Yes, they can get frustrated with us because as humans, we tend to forget. We do forget. We're born here without a memory of our past lives. Most of the time, there are very few people who remember, but we awaken and we start to remember bits and pieces. And that's what we're doing right now, right? We're awakening more to the truth and to our power and to what we're here to do. And they are showing up as guides to help us to own our power, to create the new Earth, and to stop being in this mindset and place of lack. Everything that we need is provided for us. Now, we incarnated on Earth, and Earth provides for all of our needs. She provides our medicine. She provides our food. She provides our water. She provides our oxygen. Everything that we need is provided by the Earth, but we're very distanced from her. We're very distanced from her through technology, which isn't necessarily, it's not a bad thing, but it can become a bad thing if we become addicted to it, or we use it to go around our connection to the earth, or to avoid connecting to ourselves. And we often do that. We'll mindlessly scroll, that kind of thing. So they both are actually talking about this importance of connecting to the earth, to remembering our connection to the earth, working with the earth, working with the energy of the earth. Yes, working with crystals, but we don't have to have the crystals. We can work the energy that she provides for us all around us. To work with the plants, to work with the trees. All of this energy is here to help us in our missions and in our deeper connection to ourselves. The earth heals us when we allow her to. But we aren't spending enough time with her. We're not spending enough time connecting to her. We're not spending enough time allowing her to come through to us. We're just in the place of do, hurry, 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 hurry. And we need to stop. We need to step back. We need to allow that connection to happen again. To sit in nature, to sit with the trees, to meditate, to purposely work with the earth, care for her, pick up the garbage, stop using so much plastic. Yes, the gnomes get frustrated with us because we forget, and they don't have a lot of patience for our excuses, because we've got a lot of excuses. We do. I don't think there's a single one of us that can say we don't make excuses, because we all do. Let me see if there's anything else that they want to bring through. This greater belief in what we are creating for the new earth is so important. We need to dream the impossible dream. When I did the reading for September 2020, the energy said we need to dream the impossible dreams. Now, they're not impossible, but they may seem impossible. So why do they seem impossible? Why do we think it's impossible? It's because we're used to the world we're in right now. We're moving out of the 3D. We're ready to step into new energy. We are stepping into new energy, but we have to have a belief. We need to release the lack and the fears to move into this new energy. We need to believe it, and we don't need to see it to believe it. We can feel it, and actually many of us can see it as well, which helps us to believe it. But one thing that I've noticed is that when the world goes into a spiral of panic and fear, I tend to be on the other side. And I see when everybody else goes into the place of spiraling into fear, I'm like, oh, this feels so amazing. I feel so much love and so much gratitude. And I'm so happy because this is the change. This is what I'm here for. I'm here for this change. That shows me that I'm not so stuck in the 3D. I can see through what is happening. I can see the other side. And if I can see the other side, I can create the other side. But we're all working together to create the other side. So the gnomes' message is that we need to connect with the earth more deeply to create the new earth. She is showing us the way. She is showing us what it looks like, what it feels like, all of it. And when our soul and our physical human and the earth and our higher self all come together, then we can work in the space of creating the new earth in alignment. All together, it comes into a space of alignment to create the new earth that is in alignment, right? But if we're trying to create in a place of fear or lack, that's not going to work, right? So we need to be working through releasing the fear and the lack. But when we have that connection to the earth, she can show us the way for what we are creating. So I think I'm going to end the video there. This could have more, but this is what I'm being called to share for right now. So I hope that this makes sense. I hope it resonates. I know sometimes when I don't do notes, I just kind of go all over, but I'm following the energy. I'm connecting with them. Um, Connecting with the gnomes, I think that's another video because that's like so much more. But if you're watching this video, you're resonating with it, and you want to connect with the gnomes, then there's a reason that you're feeling that. Now, if you just came and you got the message and you're going to connect more deeply with the earth and you don't really care too much about connecting with the gnomes, then that's fine. Maybe you're not feeling that call to work with the gnomes. Work with the earth directly. That's okay. You don't have to work with the gnomes. But if you're feeling that call to connect more deeply with the gnomes, then post below. Let me know that you want to connect more deeply with the gnomes. You want to learn more about the gnomes or any questions that you have about gnomes. But you can also just go out into nature and hold that intention to connect with them. The video that I made on 5 ways to connect with the fairies will actually help you with connecting with gnomes as well. They like to receive gifts. They like when we pick up the garbage. They like when we do the things that help protect the earth or care for the earth. So just a few things to help you in that connection. But what you feel in your heart and your soul, that call that you feel, listen to it, move in that direction. Make sure you're releasing the fears that you may feel along the way. So I hope that this resonates with you. I hope that it makes sense. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.